In the rich tapestry of Greek mythology, understanding the hierarchy of deities is crucial to grasping the complex relationships and power dynamics between these celestial beings. Greek mythology is a collection of stories and legends that were used to explain the world around ancient Greeks, featuring a pantheon of gods and goddesses, each with specific domains, attributes, and narratives. At the pinnacle of this divine hierarchy is the concept of a god of gods, a title primarily associated with Zeus, who rules over other deities from his throne on Mount Olympus. The significance of this hierarchical structure is paramount because it lays the foundation for how ancient Greeks interpreted divine influence on human affairs and the natural world. The hierarchy reflects a structured universe where order is maintained through the authority of Zeus, symbolizing leadership, justice, and sovereignty. This concept underscores the interplay between divine power and human life, suggesting that even gods are not beyond accountability. Two notable examples illustrate this point. First, the myth of Zeus's overthrow of Cronus, his father, signifies the transition of power where Zeus liberates his siblings and establishes a new order, showcasing the cyclical nature of succession and governance. Second, the story of the Trojan War highlights the interventionist role Zeus and other Olympian gods play in human endeavors, showing how divine hierarchy influences the mortal world decisively. Opinions vary on the supremacy of Zeus. Many see Zeus as the ultimate ruler, an embodiment of authority and order. Others note that he is not omnipotent and relies on the consensus of fellow Olympians. This emphasizes the collaborative dynamic within the pantheon, challenging overly simplistic views of divine hierarchy. Controversially, some critics argue that the power structure in Greek mythology mirrors patriarchal societal norms, where male dominance is prevalent. Others propose that the myths provide insight into human psychology, society, and moral lessons, emphasizing the diversity of interpretations of these stories. The hierarchy of deities in Greek mythology not only shapes the narrative structure of myths, but also influences philosophical and cultural understandings of power, fate, and morality. It underscores tension and harmony among the gods, reflecting broader themes of cooperation and conflict inherent in existence. Consequently, exploring the hierarchy enriches our comprehension of the profound and nuanced tapestry of Greek mythology, shedding light on why Zeus is considered the god of gods, and how this shapes ancient and modern perspectives on leadership and authority. In Greek mythology, Zeus is often heralded as the god of gods, serving as the king of the Olympian deities. Defined by supreme authority, wisdom, and power, Zeus is not only the ruler of Mount Olympus, but also the god of the sky and thunder. His symbolism extends to the idea of order, justice, and fate within the cosmos, establishing him as a central figure in the pantheon. This status is integral to understanding Greek mythology as it portrays the hierarchy among the gods, along with the divine politics and the governance of both human and celestial realms. The significance of Zeus in the context of Greek mythology can't be overstated. As the god above all gods, his character and actions delineate the mythological structure and the divine drama that unfolds throughout Greek myths. Through Zeus, the ancient Greeks explained natural phenomena, reinforced societal norms, and established the concept of divine legitimacy and justice. For example, one well-known illustration of Zeus's power is his role in the Titanomachy, where he leads the Olympian gods to victory against the Titans, consolidating his position as the supreme ruler. Another key instance is his involvement in the Trojan War narrative, where he manipulates events to maintain cosmic balance, reflecting his overarching control not only over the divine, but also over human destinies. Support for Zeus's supremacy is reflected in the reverence he receives across various Greek literary and historical texts, which emphasize his role as an all-powerful leader who adheres to the principles of fairness and equilibrium. However, Zeus's character is not without its controversies and challenges. His numerous affairs and morally ambiguous decisions have been points of contention, often highlighting the complexities and imperfections inherent in the gods of Greek mythology. This duality spurs alternative viewpoints, suggesting that Zeus, while omnipotent, embodies the human flaws projected onto deities by their worshippers. Zeus's characteristics as king of the gods are deeply interconnected with other aspects of Greek mythology. influencing the narratives of heroes, the destinies of mortals, and the conduct of his fellow deities. As such, understanding Zeus is essential to understanding the larger mythological framework, reinforcing the idea that a central, powerful figure is crucial for maintaining the complex balance of divine and worldly affairs within this rich tradition. Zeus, often referred to as the god of gods in Greek mythology, holds a pivotal role within the pantheon of Greek deities. As the king of the gods, Zeus's responsibilities and domains are vast and integral to the workings of the ancient Greek cosmos. His primary domain is the sky, where he governs over thunder and lightning, often wielding his infamous thunderbolt as a symbol of his power. His reign extends beyond the sky, encompassing justice, law, and order. He is often seen as the ultimate authority who maintains the balance of power among the gods while overseeing the moral and social order of humans. The significance of Zeus's role in the pantheon cannot be overstated. As the supreme deity, he is positioned as the arbiter among gods, often mediating disputes and preventing conflicts from spiraling into chaos. Zeus's authority underscores the Greek belief in a structured and hierarchical universe, where even divine beings adhere to a system of order that mirrors human society. This concept of divine order is vital in understanding the ancient Greeks' worldview and their religious practices. Zeus's influence isn't merely confined to mythical narratives, it extends to real-world applications, such as the social and political structures of ancient Greek city-states, where the idea of a supreme ruler was mirrored in their governance. Temples dedicated to Zeus, such as the Temple of Zeus in Olympia, played central roles in both religious and civic life, underscoring his impact. Despite his importance, Zeus's character and actions can invite scrutiny and controversy. His numerous affairs and relationships with goddesses and mortals highlight a duality in his persona, being both protector and disruptor, which has sparked debates about his moral authority. Moreover, some myths depict Zeus's rule as tyrannical, further complicating his portrayal as a benevolent father figure. Alternative viewpoints challenge the notion of Zeus as the uncontested god of gods, pointing to myths where his power is questioned or even subverted by other deities, reflecting a more complex hierarchy than outright supremacy. Similarly, his interactions with other gods, like Hera and Athena, suggest an interdependent dynamic that nuances his leadership. In conclusion, Zeus's role as the god of gods connects intimately with the broader themes of power, order, and morality in Greek mythology, shaping both mythical narratives and ancient Greek culture itself. Understanding his dominion and influence offers a deeper insight into how power and authority were conceptualized in one of history's most influential civilizations. In Greek mythology, Zeus is often hailed as the god of gods, underscoring his role as the supreme deity of the Greek pantheon. This designation is not merely honorary, it reflects his narrative dominance and authority over both gods and humans. Zeus's authority is integral to the fabric of Greek myths, as he is frequently depicted as the arbiter of divine and mortal affairs, maintaining order and justice within the cosmological hierarchy. The significance of Zeus's authority is profound. As the ruler of Mount Olympus, he exemplifies the hierarchical structure of the gods and enforces their will through mythological narratives. For instance, in the Iliad, Zeus's manipulation of war outcomes illustrates his unrivaled power and influence over human destiny. Similarly, in the myth of Prometheus, Zeus's decision to punish Prometheus for defying him by giving fire to humanity is emblematic of his unwavering authority and the perilous consequences of undermining his rule. Real-world applications of this concept can be observed in how Zeus's authoritative archetype influences literary and cultural depictions of leadership. His characterization informs traits of decisive and authoritative figures across various narratives, from classical literature to modern storytelling. Furthermore, Zeus's authoritative role offers insight into ancient Greek values, such as the prioritization of order and hierarchy, which continue to resonate in contemporary discussions on governance and societal norms. While many uphold Zeus's narrative dominance as central to Greek mythology, alternative viewpoints challenge the homogenized view of Zeus as an entirely benevolent ruler. Some narratives highlight his morally ambiguous decisions, inviting discourse on the nature of power and leadership. Critics argue that these stories reflect complexities and contradictions inherent in the exercise of authority, highlighting potential flaws and raising questions about divine justice and ethical governance. This perspective connects deeply with broader themes in Greek mythology, where the interplay of power dynamics among gods and mortals often underscores complex moral and ethical questions. It influences interpretations of other deities' roles, such as Athena's wisdom or Hera's queenly stature, framing them in relation to Zeus's overarching dominion. By examining these mythological narratives, we gain deeper insights into the ancients' attempt to understand leadership, authority, and the complex web of relationships that govern existence, both divine and mortal. In doing so, Zeus's authority extends far beyond myth, providing a timeless reflection on the challenges and responsibilities of power.